Hello and welcome back to Thursday morning at LindaZ's. Today, I wanted to go into the summertime with all of you. It is time to take out our summer dresses. So I brought some summer dresses with me and I wanted to show you how to do something really fun. It's obviously for these hot summer days, we like to have this light cotton. This is a double gauze cotton dress. It's a very cute dress, but you know what it's missing? It's missing a pocket on the side to be able to put my phone.
Hi, sewing friends. It's Linda here with a cup of coffee. I hope you have one too. The wonderful thing about this channel is that it's a tribute to sewing, quilting, and embroidery. We showcase an array of machines that will fit every project that you can even imagine. Do you enjoy our content? Well, then please lend us your support with a subscription, a like, a comment, positive comments. We love hearing from you. For product inquiries, just LindaZ's.com. It's always open. We have a dedicated sales staff that look forward to helping you make the right choice with your future machine needs. And let's embark on today's sewing journey.
We together are going to create a pocket today for this white summer dress. So what I did was I brought another one with me. I've got this one here. And this blue linen dress from Italy, but it's very, very quickly made. I can see some of these things I would not have gone as quickly as they made this dress. I'm just going to show you the pocket that they have here in this dress. They actually have it on both sides. I'm just going to create one today on my white dress, but I'm going to use the pocket in this really cute dress as a pattern to be able to trace around it. Grab the pocket. I've got my white cotton fabric that's going to be my pocket on the white dress. Probably want to make this pocket a little bit bigger because when they made this pocket, they were not thinking about iPhones, right? They were thinking about something else smaller. So I am actually going to make this pocket bigger than theirs. So what I've got is I've got a erasable pen. This is the friction pens because I'm going to actually cut on the line that I create here. And how big do I need it to be? I want my phone there too. So I want to create, they used a serger around the outside of their seam here. So that's how easy it was for them to make this dress. They probably made this dress in 15 minutes. It was boom, 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 boom. There's a couple darts on the side. So what I want is to add to the length of it. I don't need necessarily to add to the height of it. So I'm going to just draw it on the outside from the beginning here. Is my pen working? Yes, my pen is working. So I'm going to add to the length. Okay, so I've got my, right, so I'm going to take a ruler then, after I've got my outline there, get the dress over there, and I'm going to take the ruler and draw a straight line there. So that is the part that will be attached to the white dress. So I do have this folded. And there's no right or wrong side on this woven fabric. I'm fine doing it either way. But you would want the pretty side to be on the inside of the pocket, but who's gonna really look inside your pockets? Just to have the same sort of color as the dress. I mean, I really could do this without pinning, but I'm gonna pin this to hold the two layers together before I cut around my pocket. And with the magic of cinema, we're going to probably fast forward around all of this. So that we don't waste all of your time. We'll be able to do this quickly. So there is my pocket. That's what's going to be my pocket. Okay, so I can take the pins out here. Okay, so let's take our white dress, try to be organized and put our blue dress away. And I have gone ahead and held it up to myself and I can see where I would like to have my pocket. So I pinned the top and the bottom of where I would like that opening to be already. So I've got where I want to open up that seam. So I'm going to go ahead and start opening that seam with my handy dandy Bernina seam ripper here. This dress was put together with a serger as well, so it's going to be a little bit more ornate to open up the seam than it would have been if it were just a straight stitch. Never fear opening up a garment. We're going to close it with a pocket. Okay, so there I am to my pin on one side. Just want to go ahead and measure to make sure that my pocket and pins are similar. in length. Okay, so I've opened up, and actually I've decided to open up a little bit wider than the opening of the pocket because this being a ample, wide, very roomy dress, I'm going to be able to just eat in a little bit more seam allowance than they gave me here when I opened up this seam. Take one of the half of the pocket, one side of the pocket, and I'm going to take that line, that straight line that I drew, and I'm going to place it. So I've taken, here, let me show you first. So before I came back on camera, I took it and put it inside out. So the dress is now inside out for the moment. And I am going to take this piece of the pocket and I'm going to, from the right side of the garment, so right sides together, so that pretty side of the pocket. So I'm choosing this to be my right side, which is fine because this is really the same fabric inside and out. I did get that right though, that is the pretty side. So there we go, or the right side of the fabric. So I'm going to pin this now along that side. So in my machine, I do have Mettler 100 weight 3-ply polyester thread, which is very strong for garments. So that's gonna hold my pocket. When I put my iPhone in there, it's gonna hold that seam together for me. And I've also got that in the bobbin. So my big, my really big 7 series Bernina bobbins, I've got that white thread in both. So that's all ready to go. I'm just using my regular 1D foot. I could actually put the dual feed down then, because when you have a D foot on, you should put the dual feed, which is the built-in walking foot of the Berninas, which are great. So here we go. I am just going to stitch along that, probably just line up the outer edge of my presser foot to the fabric. And I am going to stitch that straight stitch straight all the way down there. So I am going to reinforce my stitching right at the start here. And then I'm going to stitch all the way along where I'm putting this pocket in. Sometimes, the dresses are made really quickly and they don't have everything that we want, and we can add what we want later on. So there we go. Scissor cut. Okay, so I've done that. Ideally, I'd like to bring that along, the serger along there, and I can do that later if I want to. I'm taking my seam that I just created, and I am going to fold this over, so keep that flat to the right, my seam underneath. I am going to finger press this down, and I'm going to do what they call in the garment world a stay stitch, which is I'm going to stitch as closely as I can to that fold, but to the right of that fold, just to the right, because that will hold then my pocket in instead of making it pop out. So here so the line that's in the center of my 1D foot is telling me exactly where the needle is going to hit. So I am going to keep that line in the center of the foot just to the right of my fold here. So you can see what that looks like. That looks like very pretty, right? So that's holding my pocket in that way. And then I will go ahead and add the second half of the pocket. My right side is here on the inside of this flap. I do want the pretty side of this to be facing that way. So there we go. We are going to then put this, line it up with at the same place as the last one was. Okay, so here we are going over to the machine after I've pinned, and my pocket is at the same place as the other half. I'm going to reinforce that. And then I cut that. Okay, same thing. I'm going to do my stay stitching by holding that seam flat this way and then pulling this, finger pressing this over the edge. And then I just want to stitch right so that center line levels up with the needle where the needle's going to hit. Bring my presser foot down. I can see that I want it right next to that fold. So let's go ahead and start. Make sure my seam is flat. So this is all just finger pressed. Cotton is so easy to finger press. Get this out of the way. Okay, so that's done there. So now the pocket is formed pretty well. What I need to do now is take over at my working station here, take the 2 pieces of the pocket, and we will be pinning those all together all the way around. Because when we cut them, they were the exact same piece. So that's how we know they're going to fit together. So we will pin those all the way around, and we will stitch all the way around our new pocket. So I am going to stay at the edge of my foot there, bring my needle down, and then we are off to the races, going around the outer edge of this pocket. Okay, so we go all the way to our seam there, and we can actually reinforce that a hair. And then we scissor cut that. Okay, so now we've sewn our pocket together. And ideally, again, I would take that to a overlocker machine. And actually the overlocker is how they put the other dress together. So basically, and I will just go over this right now, to close the gap that I had opened a little bit wider than the actual pocket, I'm going to sew that from a couple inches higher, and I'm going to create a little bit of a, just go in a little bit deeper than their seam allowance was. Whoops. Bring that up a little bit. Okay. I'm trying to go in here a little bit. There we go. I'm going in a hair. There we go. And I want to reinforce that right at the edge here. Okay, so that's good. And then I want to do the same thing up here at the top of the pocket. Oops, my foot control down here. So I'm going to stay, actually I can reinforce that right there. I'm going to stay at that larger seam allowance, and then I'm going to slowly bring it to a shorter seam allowance there. Reinforce that a little bit, and then cut. Okay, so let's see what our final product it looks like. So again, I would take a serger, if you can see right here, I would take a serger and I would go from this point, or from this point actually, yes. I would take it from this point and I would go all the way around the pocket with the serger, and I would end up just closing those seams off with an overlocked seam. And I will do that on my serger. I just don't have one here right now. So that would be perfectly holding that closed then. So let's have a look and see what this looks like when we pull this around the other way. Are you excited to see this? The ta-da moment. Here comes the ta-da moment. Let's trim our thread here a little bit. So where there was no pocket, there is a pocket. Yay! The pocket is here now. I can put my hand in my pocket. Isn't that great, you guys? Got a pocket on my dress. Yay! So there you have it. In a nutshell, putting a pocket in your summer dress. I think I just went over the microphone. But I can't wait to have this dress with my pocket. And I'll add the other pocket later. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you for watching.